Welcome back, everybody. This is Random Thoughts.
T-H-O-T-S. That is how you spell thoughts.
You know, I heard from an old man that's evidently how you get them as well.
That is incredible.
Wow.
That's what we try to do here. Incredible things.
So, in today's music edition, we're not going to do an album of the week. We're going to do a featured artist. And this is someone that we both have fallen in love with musically. And he's from Dallas, Texas, which is kind of home to us. So, without further ado, we're going to introduce Marc Rebillet. Come on in, Marc. He didn't show up. So we're just going to be talking about it.
Of course.
So, Marc Rebillet, he started out in 2016
Yeah.
under this name as an artist. He went to SMU for a semester, played piano from the age of 4. Was really talented and stuff growing up. And he worked a few odd jobs and stuff underneath call centers. He worked at Brain Dead Brewing in Dallas and Deep Ellum for a little bit, which is where I got these sunglasses. So shout out to them. Yeah, so he's always been into music.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he got fired from his job because they outsourced his job at a call center that he decided he was going to take the dive. And what a dive that was.
That'll get you where you need to be.
Yeah.
For real. Pushing yourself, making yourself, having to go ahead and do what you need to do to achieve what he achieved.
He really betted on himself and took a leap of faith. And it's obviously worked out for him.
Obviously worked out.
If you haven't heard about him, I'm sure you will soon. The guy's incredible. His songs are primarily improvised. He streams a lot on YouTube and Twitch.
And he does it in his underwear and robes. That's why we got
which is exactly why we're wearing these
shades. We try to match the energy kind of. What would you say some of the things you like about him?
I like how experimental he is. I like that he has some inspirations, but he uses so many different genres in his music. He has jazz, funk, house music, R&B inspirations, and it's all in this weird conglomeration of I don't even know what to call it. He just improvises. He makes everything up on the fly.
Yeah.
Which is impressive in and of itself.
It is pretty impressive to watch him actually do some of the things that he does with his music. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
You want to hear different kinds of things, and with him you do hear a lot of different kinds of things. But they don't sound bad. They actually sound very, very good.
Yeah, he makes everything from funny comedy style songs to smooth R&B, jazzy, lounge type music to just straight up bangers.
Exactly.
And he does it all. On his streams, he will let people call in.
Yeah.
He gives them his phone number and he takes calls on the air, and they'll say, make a song about
blah 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 blah
about English bulldogs,
and he'll make a song about that.
and he does a song about English bulldogs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's always fire. The guy's so talented, so incredibly talented. And he's finally getting the recognition that he deserves.
That's what it sucks to say this, but you wonder why people don't know about him early on. Why does it take so long for some people?
Yeah.
It's just I think that's kind of the process.
Yeah.
You have to be a nobody before you are somebody. Literally.
Yeah, and that's what he did. He even produced music under a different name for a little bit, unsuccessfully, while he was working his corporate America jobs. All the stuff that we gotta do.
9 to 5s.
Yeah, and he was doing that, making music. Wasn't really cutting it. And then, like I said, he just took that dive, and everything has worked out. He's since moved to New York from Dallas to go further his career. He's toured Europe, and you can actually listen to his European tour on one of his albums, where he did a song for each city that he went to.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's very cool. Yeah.
Wow. So Is that all you have to say about him?
I mean, I could go on all day. I mean, the guy's a walking, talking funk machine.
That's a pretty good. That's a good thing to call him. Walking, talking funk machine.
That is what he is.
That's actually pretty dope.
We're definitely gonna post his links in the description.
Yeah.
Because if one of you guys watches this video and discovers him, I feel like I've done you a service because you're gonna love this guy. I mean, he's hilarious. He's super nice to players and he's strange how he
Talks to his fans. That's a big thing.
I mean, and every time fun fact, every time he goes to do a show, he actually requests to be put on the very bottom, like stage floor.
Really?
Instead of being put up on like a platform, because he wants to be as close to his audience as possible.
Wow.
He lets people come on stage and dance with him.
Wow.
Which is nuts.
This dude is the new wave. This is probably going to be the new wave of musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Want more fan interaction.
Yeah, especially with the rise in like streaming and stuff like that. I think it's interesting that streaming started out as a platform for gaming, but now it's because of people like Mark. It's making a migration to music.
Yeah.
Because like one of his tours got canceled due to coronavirus, and because of that he did 4 concerts for free.
Woo.
On his streaming platforms, and he goes in there in his boxers and robes and just
Works.
he just puts it to work, and it's amazing. Definitely check him out. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on Twitch. Subscribe to him on YouTube. Subscribe to him before you subscribe to us. If you're about to hit that subscribe button, which I know you're about to, go ahead, open up a new window, search Marc Rebillet. We'll spell it out for you because it's kind of tough. Subscribe to him first.
Yeah.
Because he is incredible. He
dope.
deserves it.
He's dope. Switching the subject,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about what is your favorite music decade?
My favorite music decade. I feel like I'm gonna have to go with the 70s.
Oh, why
70s?
Why the 70s?
Well, I'm a bit of a metalhead.
Okay.
And a lot of really good metal bands came to fruition in the 70s. Or a little bit before the 70s, you have bands like Black Sabbath, and they were laying the foundation for what we ended up getting in the 70s, which was like an explosion, like thrash metal.
Yeah.
And then in the 80s, you ended up getting even more of that, and you also got bands like Def Leppard, Poison, stuff like that. But I definitely like the 70s. It's got that funk, aspect to it as well. You got a lot of good like R&B and funk artists around that time as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I would probably say 70s or 80s even. Probably both of those decades. It's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably have to say those. What about you?
I would have to definitely say the 2000s.
Why do you say that?
Man, so many bangers. Maybe I like it because I grew up with it as a child. The songs that they were making, like, that's one that I think of. I can look at it right now. In Sync, obviously they were popular. Outkast.
I was about to say Outkast.
Some of those people.
Throw them out there.
People even like Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Like people like that. It's really nice hearing their music nowadays because you're like, man, those are the good times.
Yeah.
You hear these music and it brings you back. And that's why I like the 2000s the most. Definitely the 2000s.
And you also saw an explosion of other artists like Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Eminem.
I mean, he's like probably the biggest rapper to a certain demographic, right now.
Literally.
And it all started in the 2000s.
Literally. All started in the 2000s.
Britney Spears. God, who else was big at the time? Pink blew up at the time.
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
He said 50 Cent. Yeah, just a whole bunch of people, man, and yeah, I love that. I love literally every single thing about the 2000s, except the way they dressed. Those baggy clothes, I didn't like that.
The Jinko jeans.
Yeah, that's like
and the chains and stuff, the chain wallets.
We'll put pictures up, and you'll see how
it'll
they
be
dress.
terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Faux hawks.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I know from a rock fan perspective, 2000s weren't that great. You got a lot of that post-grunge, that's what people call it, Creed and Nickelback.
Look at this graph!
And a lot of people like to shit on them. I don't think they're as bad, but definitely 2000s is whenever rock started to take a big old dive. It's whenever we went from bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Offspring and Green Day to Creed and Nickelback.
Nickelback.
And fucking Limp Bizkit. God. I wish Limp Bizkit didn't exist. I'm going on record and saying that.
I wish we had music like the 2000s again, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't go back in time.
No,
We can only move forward.
unfortunately.
With some of the music we have today, it's pretty okay. We're going along with it.
You know, going kind of on this subject, how do you feel about music today? Do you feel like we live in a good time for music or a bad time for music?
You know, honestly, it is a good time because it is a changing time.
Mhm.
And music is starting to go from left to right,
Mhm.
you know, and you have things like people like Marc Rebillet,
Mhm.
you have people like, Kendrick Lamar that want to bring, you know, real rap but make it kind of funky, you know, you have people like Travis Scott who just want to make basically concert music.
Yeah.
And it's just all, I think we're in a very good place right now. How about for you?
I think you're right. I think that this is honestly, I think it's the best time to listen to music. Radio's dying.
Yeah.
So you're not getting as much of the repeated garbage unless you like walk into a retail store and just hear the shit that they put on.
Yeah.
But if you look, you don't have to look hard anymore to find good music.
You're right.
You know, you literally just have to go on SoundCloud and click a few times, and you're on some stuff that has less than 100 listens, and it might be fire.
Fire.
And we have such a blending of audience and artist
Mhm.
now. You know, like the artist can be honestly in there with the audience these days. It can go on Facebook Live. They can stream it on
Exactly.
Twitch and stuff like Mark does, and it's great.
It
You know,
is.
we can watch concerts live, which we've been able to do for a while, but it's starting to get bigger now.
Mhm.
And it's just so easy to find new, good, fresh music, and it's so accessible to make music now,
Yeah.
which some people are elitist and don't like that, but I think it's fantastic for music, because I mean, any way that people can get their creative thoughts on the table,
It is.
if we make it easy for them to do it, that's better. You know, I don't care if it's,
That's actually exactly right. Like word for word. Everything you just said was so perfect,
Mhm.
and it makes a lot of sense. It's why we have everybody nowadays wanting to be musicians.
yeah, like everybody knows someone who lives in their
Literally.
hometown that wants to be a rapper.
Literally.
And
Or
guess
wants
what? All they need is this,
Mhm.
and they can. They can go pluck a beat off some royalty-free
to.
site.
You can.
Yeah, you right there, you can do it.
You. I know you're looking at me. You can be a rapper. You can be a rock star. You can be an R&B singer. You can be a jazz player.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to be, you can do it. Just get the proper tools. This is the best time for you.
yeah. I mean, there's websites and software that can help anybody become whatever they want to be now. And I think that that's amazing. You know, without the technology we have, we wouldn't have a lot of artists that we listen
We
to.
wouldn't have a lot of artists, actually. Wow. That's actually great.
But that
think-
sounds like that's it for Random Thoughts.
Actually.
in this edition of Music Random Thoughts. So, I guess I'm Damon Horton,
I think I'm Ibrahim Makoko.
and I'm pretty sure we're signing off.
Woo!